So I received an email from a licensed agent here in Omaha, a licensed real estate agent that engages in these wholesaling transactions. And he entered into a contract, a purchase agreement with the seller, and it came together. And now this agent was marketing their own equitable title because that's what the law required. He had a flyer that he put together. And what the law requires under what we call the FSBO exemption is you can sell your own real estate, if your own property, but if you're licensed, then you have to make the disclosure that, John Smith is a licensed real estate agent in the state of Nebraska. He followed that. He did that. So he was selling and representing himself in the sale of his own equitable title. He made up a flyer and he made the proper disclosure. Hey, John Doe, licensed real estate agent. Now, this agent works for a company here in Omaha, but he did not put his broker's name in the flyer because it is not listed for sale with that broker, meaning this agent did not fill out a listing contract, so it's not listed by the broker that he works for. Again, under license law, if this agent was selling his own property that he actually owned, he could do that. He wouldn't have to list it with his broker, but he still would have to make that disclosure that he was a licensed agent in the state of Nebraska. He did that. Well, somebody turned him in, and the real estate commission sent him basically a cease and desist and said, listen, yes, you're licensed, and yes, you made your disclosure. However, you can represent yourself in this transaction if you're selling your own equitable title, but it must be listed with your company or a company to do the transaction. And I go, that's got to be a mistake. Essentially, what that letter was saying is you have to list your, you have to list your equitable interest that you want to sell with a broker. So I called Greg Lemon, the director of the Real Estate Commission. It said that wholesalers do not fall under the FSBO exemption. Remember, the FSBO exemption is where an owner can sell their own property without using an agent or an attorney. But if they are licensed, they still don't have to list it with their company, but they must disclose to the general public that they do hold a real estate license. That's the exemption. Greg Lemon said that wholesalers, they do not fall under the FSBO exemption. Therefore, if you're going to do real estate or you're going to do these wholesaling transactions, if you're not licensed, then you're going to have to hire a real estate agent to represent you. If you are licensed, you must list it with a real estate company. And you all know that if you list it with a real estate company, then you're going to have to pay commissions, etc. Now, in this case, this agent is a licensed agent, and he is going to be able to list it with his real estate company because his broker is allowing these types of transactions. However, if this broker did not allow these types of transactions, then he would have to then find a broker in the community that do allow these types of transactions that he could list it with. Yeah, this changes the entire ball game here because now you're going to have to pay commissions. The other thing that's going to make this even more difficult is the MLS, the multiple listing service, does not allow these types of transactions, you marketing or anyone marketing equitable title, to be listed on the MLS. That means for you real estate agents that if your company allows you to list these types of transactions, you're going to have to do what's called a waiver of benefits. Meaning it's not going to go in the MLS because MLS rules don't allow it, but it's going to allow you to market that property. You're still going to have it listed with the company. It's just not going to be in the MLS. Make sure that you sign that, you wholesalers out there that hold the equitable title, whether you are listing it yourself with your company that you work with or you hire another agent at a different company to do it, you're going to have that waiver of benefits signed by the assignor, which is the person, the wholesaler that holds the equitable title. That way you're documenting any potential MLS violations. The MLS don't allow it, so then do it the waiver of benefits kind of, and then you can market it. So this is a game changer. This is no joke when you really think about it. The Real Estate Commission is basically saying that you must list your equitable interest to be able to market it. You're going to have to list it with a real estate broker. Otherwise, you're in violation and they're going to come after you. So I wanted to bring this to your attention as soon as possible. So if you have any questions, most of you know how to get a hold of me or put the ask a question down in the comments. And if I have an answer, I'll get it to you. So, all right, happy selling, everyone.